Anybody else with public comment? Kevin?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Kevin Smith, 6 King Philip Drive. I just wanted to come up and speak tonight because there's been a lot of chatter in town about how Londonderry is going through some unprecedented growth and can we handle it and whatnot. And believe it or not, I'm old enough to remember when Londonderry was experiencing a real boom in town. And I just wanted to take the council on a little walk down memory lane to put this in somewhat perspective here. So between the 1950s and 1960s, and I'm not that old, Londonderry experienced a population growth of 50% during that time. Between 1960 and 1970, that went up to 118% growth. And of course, that's when I-93 was completed in the early 1960s. Between 1970 and 1980, population growth went up 154%. In fact, that's when my in-laws moved into town, and their realtor at the time told them Londonderry's population in 20 years will be 50,000. Between 1980 and 1990, rate of growth goes down a little bit, but still a lot, 46% it goes up. Between 1990 and 2000, it starts dropping a little bit more, but it's still going up by 18%. And then 2000 to 2010, it drops off to 4%. And you say, well, what the heck happened during that time? Well, a number of things happened. Number one, in the late 90s, early 2000s, towns started buying large swaths of conservation land and conservation easements. The town put overlay districts along Route 102 and Route 28 to discourage growth along those corridors. There was a growth management ordinance enacted at that time so that the town facilities could catch up with the population growth, and the town enacted its 55-plus housing ordinance because the thought was bring in a lot of senior citizens and they don't bring kids into town. And guess what? It had its desired effect. Population growth was 4%. At the same time, the school population numbers had exploded during that time. So we built a new gym at the high school. We built new gyms at North School. We built new gyms at South School. We put an addition onto the junior high, made it a middle school. We built the kindergarten, introduced half-day kindergarten. In fact, as a state representative for the town, I served on the original kindergarten committee and was part of that building committee. 2010 to 2020, we come out of the Great Recession. Economy starting to tick up a little bit. Population growth goes up a little, but not a lot. Only 7% during that time. And now between 2020 and the latest census numbers for this year, we're growing at, ready for this, 3.4%. It's the lowest rate of growth since the 1920s for this town. So in conclusion, here's my concern. My concern is not that Londonderry can't handle the population growth. We can. We're more than equipped to handle it. My concern is this. Number one, since we built all those facilities at the schools, the school population is in a free fall, and it has been for 25 years. We're down 1,900 students, and that's including the Hooksett students and the LEAP students, which we didn't count 20 years ago. Number two, we're an aging town and an aging state. And number three, young people cannot afford to buy a home here or in southern New Hampshire. And yet we have people saying we don't need any more affordable housing. My concern is that without regeneration in this town, without more families moving in, the burden is falling on our seniors and our soon-to-be seniors. The demand for housing stays high. That pushes up everyone's valuation, which pushes up assessments, which pushes up everyone's taxes. That is not a sustainable model. Saying no to growth is not the answer. Letting it be a free-for-all is not the answer either. But we have to find a balance in the middle of there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.